He was used to riotous canine greetings from his years at much larger military kennels stateside. Back at Lackland Air Force Base, the heart of the U.S. military working dog program, the barking came from dozens of dogs at a time, a heavy metal band with treble and bass on max volume. He had spent the last 3 years there training dogs and instructing handlers, and before that was a dog handler at Camp Lejeune. The Israel-based canine ensemble, while far smaller than those he'd worked with in the U.S., still provided the rush he got from entering a military dog kennel. April 23, 2006. This was the day he had been looking forward to since arriving in Tel Aviv a couple of weeks earlier. At his side was longtime dog handler Staff Sergeant Christopher Knight, Willingham's close Marine pal, who was also a trainer and instructor at Lackland and played a mean game of Texas Hold'em with him and the other handlers on Friday nights. 2 other Marine dog handlers, Sergeant Rob Bowker and Sergeant Christopher Beatty, and the U.S. Marine Corps Canine Program Manager, William Childress, rounded out the canine contingent that traveled halfway around the world to learn about off-leash dog handling from the people who did it best. They had landed in Israel just before Passover week, which turned out to be a bad time to deal with the government documents and official paperwork required for their visit. Not that they had any complaints about a few extra days at the Israel Tower Hotel, with its sweeping views of the Mediterranean and its beachfront location. The hotel was close to the U.S. Embassy, which was the reason they'd been booked there, but that wasn't high up on the handler's list of favorite features. As much as Willingham was enjoying Tel Aviv, he was ready to immerse himself in the world of dogs as soon as everything was good to go. He missed them. He'd been working with military dogs intensively for the last 6 years, and he wasn't looking for a break. The drive to the headquarters of Oketz, the elite canine unit of the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, would take only a half hour when they finally got the paperwork squared away. So close, yet so far. He was eager to get to a place where he could once again speak his native tongue. Dog. Oketz had been producing excellent bomb detection dogs trained to work off-leash. In the U.S., these canines, known as Specialized Search Dogs, SSDs, were fairly new additions to the four-legged forces. The U.S. Department of Defense wanted a few top American handlers to learn how to train and work with these dogs. Childress had sought out 4 seasoned handlers to go to Israel for an intensive 8-month specialized search dog program designed specifically for the Americans. The handlers needed to be sergeant or above, with a solid foundation of military dog knowledge. This would make it easier to absorb and apply the techniques being taught, and to go back to the U.S. and train other dog teams. And now the hand-picked Marines were about to meet the dogs who would be at their sides for the next few years. Most likely, months at a time would be spent in the IED-infested streets, compounds, and rural areas of Iraq, just a few hundred miles east of here. Their lives and the lives of countless others could depend on these dogs and on the extensive training the teams would receive during the next 8 months. Willingham's heart rate amped up as their head instructor, an IDF dog trainer of Russian origin named Mikhail, unfolded the paper that would reveal the results of his matchmaking. Knight, you got Rocky. Beatty, you have Rona. Bowker, Yona is yours. Willingham, you get Lucca. 4 simple sentences, the die cast. You've got 5 minutes. Go meet your dogs, he told them. The men surveyed their new partners. 3 barked in steady rhythms. The 2 loudest whirled round incessantly, pausing only briefly to catch eye contact with whoever glanced their way. The 4th dog stood wagging a resplendent auburn tail, not saying a word. Her slightly open mouth set in what Willingham swore was a smile, as if pleased, even delighted. Lucca.